are back for part 2 of the Archon quest. So we're gonna go to Hotel de Boer. I think we just go down the... Oh, the lift. Do I want to go down the lift? It's just right there. No, you know what? We're just gonna fall. We're just gonna fall. I mean, I love the architecture of this place. It really is really cool. It gives me Conrian Ruin vibes, almost. All right. Can I talk to you? I cannot. Darn. Okay, here we go!
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
So you stopped... Okay. That doesn't bode well if you stopped going as often.
We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
I mean, yeah, we typically do eat off campfires.
Order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
I love her outfit. Her outfit is just, like, gorgeous.
Ooh, everything looks so good.
Okay, why does all that look really good?
Sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like.
And why is it, like, twice the size of their heads? You know, I never noticed that. The food is always, like, 3 times the size of them.
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only 1 dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right?
This is true. We did solve the case. We did. It was a pleasure working with you.
True.
She figured it out long before I did.
In that case,
Oh, there's where her vision is. It's on her sleeve. I couldn't figure out where it was last time.
That you had to order even more food.
How much more food did she order?
Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Probably not, no.
well, we've certainly taken a big
I
step
don't
forward.
think so. Oh,
think
that
that's
dish,
about it.
that dessert platter
We know that there's
looks
an
so
organization that
good.
wants to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in
Oh,
front
that
of
looks so good.
us, Mama wouldn't have ever believed that a person could
Hey,
be
Panther Girl, welcome on in.
like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Interesting.
If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
I hope they do tell us. And Wolfie, Emmy Wolfie, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Cabana. Grab a drink, grab a lunch, and get comfy. Welcome on
A
in.
yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct.
Okay, why's that?
I don't have faith in their ability.
Uh-huh.
It's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard
So,
against seeing a
translation, she
single
wants to
narrow
take over the
perspective.
investigation.
A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough, which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists.
Interesting.
Those highfalutin
And welcome on in,
folk
Emmy.
are
Welcome on
not
in. Can we get some
all-knowing.
waves for Emmy welcoming
That's
them
why
on
they
in?
exist, to seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails.
Okay.
That's the kind of problems we solve.
So you solve the things that nobody else wants to,
Paimon thought
basically.
things were simpler than they actually are.
So is she essentially Fontaine's Heizo?
This was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else.
Interesting.
Like, what are your future plans?
We wanted to ask the Hydro Archon for some information, but we haven't had any opportunity to do
That's
so.
true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
Uh-huh.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
There was no chance.
We've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine. And
Does
that
anybody know, remember,
time.
did we ever have a chance to actually talk to her? She was up in that box the whole time.
Would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
In the City of Justice, no.
Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you
But
have
Paimon's on board for it, so
One way would be to infiltrate.
we're gonna end up in jail
the
again.
Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
That's just rude to everybody.
suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go
True.
learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep.
We went
until
from
she answers
interrupting a
all your
play to
questions.
being under her bed and
Personally
talking like a
justified that this
disembodied
works.
voice.
When I'm sleeping,
Navia,
I'll
I
do
question
anything as long as I
everything
can
about
finally get
you.
some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Again,
Ah,
we don't want to get arrested again. That's a
I overlooked
very
that
important
part.
distinction.
I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
How can you overlook that?
All right, no
Oh
more
my
joking
gosh.
around. Huh. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally.
This
I
is
imagine that
true.
she feels
This
quite
is true. She
ashamed about the
was
whole
trying to
thing.
leave before the verdict.
But if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
Yeah. I mean, we know she felt shame because we got to see, like, her inner thoughts. But to everybody else, they wouldn't think that, so...
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
We're gonna get arrested. I'm calling it now.
Did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
Now,
No,
welcome to
it's fine.
Paimon being a
We're
black
just
hole.
about done here.
Welcome to Black Hole Paimon.
Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Yeah, that
that
sounds
so?
like it. Hi, Gina.
Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed.
Okay, based off of what happened in the last one, the font is gonna be important. Well, this is gonna be interesting.
So full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You could try walking.
Nah, that would be so normal. You know, like you.
Ouch!
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with... Huh.
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
Wait, are you telling me she's low on money?
Nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Yeah, it was a pretty pricey meal.
Try to meet the Hydro Archon again.
Paimon.
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority.
I still love that outfit.
In any case, I wish
I
you
could never
smooth
pull it
sailing.
off, but I love it all the
Again,
same.
partner.
See ya!
Okay, I'm excited to see what happens next. You have to go, need to hop on Google Meet in a few minutes. Not a problem. Good luck. Good luck. We are gonna go exploring. Which way do I go? We go this way? Oh, it's all the way out there? Can I teleport? I can teleport directly to it. Yes. All right. Honestly, like this right here is just gorgeous. I love how there's so many birds here. Timmy would be in heaven.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again.
That voice again.
Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
Okay, so what is this about this fountain?
That's kind of spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vache. Vache.
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
It's a fountain, Paimon. The worst thing you're gonna get is algae.
Paimon can kind of hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right? Hey, traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Oh, another Irminsul type dream? Oceanid.
Vache. Are you... My dear...
Wait a minute, are you telling me there's an Oceanid trapped in this fountain?
Wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is?
Who are you?
Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
While on land?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore.
Is this the previous Hydro Archon?
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water.
Oh, okay.
Grew dim.
Are you one of the girls who were dissolved?
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me, and I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting, I never knew how heavy it could be.
Okay.
No, our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor, so let it lie forgotten beneath the waters.
How do you know that if you don't know who you are?
Tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
Yeah, no, if their love was as deep as she says it is.
So, as I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were...
And hi,
filled with
Rainbow, this
such
is true.
sorrow.
How many of us actually know who we are? This is true.
If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
Okay, Vache was a witness to the fact that you dissolved.
Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
Okay, so is the dissolving water thing turning them into oceanids?
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
Interesting.
Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vacher, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
You don't even know who you are.
Wake up! Come on, hurry! Navia's outnumbered!
What the heck is going on?
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand?
Oh, she badass. Oh my god, I need her.
Now's our chance!
Oh my god. Oh my god, that was amazing! Oh, there's some going on between the two of them.
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust.
Oh, okay, bodyguard. Got it.
Were he alive today?
Do not speak of my father!
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful.
Wait, so
Your
she's a
performance tonight
target?
will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What?
Oh.
Saying that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clorand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate
Interesting.
being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
It's nighttime.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Okay, but can we talk about how cool she is?
That Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, I just... She's...
Hello, new person.
Paimon thought we were done for. Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us.
So wait, they attacked us.
Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Chlorine who came out to save us too. We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Paimon, what would you have done? Thrown food at them and then gotten upset?
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In
Oh
truth,
boy, okay.
I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were
50
me,
years.
I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Yeah, now I'm
Well, to be
suspicious.
honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought.
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
How did that help?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
Did I not tell you? Did I not say it? That it was gonna come back?
Fanta only comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Yes. So if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
She would have
Spina di
dissolved.
Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Huh. Really?
Alright, so fortunately neither Paimon or neither of us were from
I sent
Fontaine.
people to Hotel de Boer to investigate. But whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here as quickly as I could.
Interesting.
Why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh.
It's because Linny was supposed to be the scapegoat.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too. But it was real
Interesting.
faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
So Paimon can't hear the voices unless she has assistance.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
Yeah. You also gained some new intel.
New intel?
Oh, yeah. How somebody watched somebody dissolve.
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
So yeah, the voices found belonged to one of the missing women. A person named Vache was a witness when she dissolved.
That is important. Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene.
Uh-huh.
He never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
Ooh, okay. All right. Yeah, we need to search for him.
Thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
All right, partner.
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count.
Yeah, so that means we're still partners. That means we're still invested. Also, they attacked us.
Like it or not, you're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook. look so easily, are you, Traveler?
Alright, this will prove to be their biggest
Mademoiselle,
mistake.
do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you. We also have some plans to go
Okay.
over, and
I'm
hopefully
liking this,
keep in
y'all. I'm
touch with
liking
partners.
this.
But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Y'all could hold up against monsters in a fight. Alright, where are we going? Ooh, okay, we have other... Oh, you know, I never unlocked the Catherine here. Okay, so quick side detour while we unlock Catherine. Yeah, just a side quest. Where is it though? Oh, there it is. I see it. Oops. I died in a bush. My bad.
Ad Astra Abyss.
We meet again. Alright, we unlocked that. So, don't do what I just did. Alright, it says it's over here. Oh, there it is. Alright, now what?
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Okay.
Good, but let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, Traveler.
Okay, what are we continuing on? Go to the accommodations. Oh, you're telling me I have to go in the sewers? Hey, I got a carrot. All right, I guess we're gonna go in the sewers. All right, does anybody else feel like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is about to start happening? Because that's the vibe I'm getting. Okay, I don't know who you are. Is this just like an underground city? This is kinda interesting. How did a cat get down here? Alright, talk to Melus. First things first, viewpoint. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you. Where is he? Is he up here? Hey, you're one of those things from, Sumeru. Interesting. Oh, no, he's down here. Okay. We went up when we should have gone down. Alright, Poitier. Oh, he's over there. Okay. We got a general goods manager.
is your base?
This is cool, though.
Quite what Paimon imagined.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
All right, well, thank you.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately.
No thanks to Paimon.
We don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Okay.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
I'd agree. I'd agree.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father, he was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand.
Okay.
My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence.
Oh.
Strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it,
Did he lose
even
on
after being
purpose?
seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
Yeah, I do think that's kind of odd. Do you have any
The
clues?
closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right.
Interesting.
I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened.
Connect the
To make all
cases?
clears,
Yeah, okay.
Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Yeah, seeking the truth for the sake of your family, we know that all too well.
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our
Yeah,
supporters
you
decreased
could do
greatly
nothing but
to
good your entire life and make
sour
one mistake, and that's what you
strained
people will
finances
remember.
at present.
Yeah.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine,
Yep.
really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could...
Yeah, Paimon, you haven't gone through that yet, so it's okay.
We have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Ms. Corand.
Oh,
Oh.
well then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
how's that for a plot twist?
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Yeah, that's a
Miss
huge
Moran has
thing.
always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
So the choice was taken from her.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Afterward, Miss Cloran told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle
So he
Navia's
knew he wasn't going to walk away from it. He went in knowing he would not leave. He would not leave the arena.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right, anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
No, like that's a lot to deal with. Yeah, that's a bit of a doozy right there. I would not have labeled any of what she said complaints. More just frustration of trying to figure out and piece the pieces together with like 3/4 of them missing.
Thanks. You two should go and
Okay.
rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah. Paimon's feet.
Please, relax and get some
Okay.
sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
A few things make a little bit more sense now. What if I don't want to rest? Ooh, a book. What if I decide I don't want to rest, huh? What then?
Whether it be responsibility for Spina di Rosula or Master Callus's death, it all landed on Demoiselle's shoulders so suddenly. This won't do. I must become stronger.
Standing there is not going to help. I'm just letting you know. Can't you fast forward time? Well, yeah, this is fast forwarding.
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe.
Does it?
Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
There's people trying to kill you. Having people watch your back is kind of needed.
But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vacher.
Wait.
So what'd you
You
find?
didn't sleep at all?
Probably not.
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
No, you're speaking for just yourself. It's okay. You do that a lot.
This name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vacher person is a key witness in the incident.
Interesting.
That mean we're too late, though?
And Halado, thank you so much for the follow.
No.
Welcome to the cabana. Grab a
There
drink,
is
grab a
one
lunch, and get
ray of
comfy.
hope.
Welcome on in. We are
Place in
doing part
Fontaine,
2
the
of the
thing
Archon
was
quest right
almost
now.
Impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette, a place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Ocean
Oh no, you're gonna have
is
us
one of the
break
young
into the
women who went
archives,
missing
aren't
recently,
you?
we should be able to find some related information there.
I got excited and then I realized this is Genshin. We're probably gonna have to break in.
Case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we? Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get
She has a history with him, doesn't she?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the honorable.
She
Chief
has a
Justice.
history. There's history there. What happened? Interesting. Alright, where are we going? We're going up here. Oh, well, I need to go heal my traveler because I accidentally killed her.
Is right up ahead. Come on.
First things first, healing, please. Alright, now we're good. Palace. Wait, did that just say Mermaid Palace? That just said Mermaid Palace. You're level 13. Nice, nice. Congrats. What are you thinking of the game so far? I've been playing since October 2020. A really, really, really long time. Yeah. Okay, but like... I love this. Can I climb that? I can climb on top of this. I'm tall. Oh, I love that. That was fun. That was fun. All right, Neuvillette. I need to talk to you. You can't just walk in.
The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters. Huh.
Okay.
This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Neuvillette's files are really secure.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Are they supposed to?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
Okay.
They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can tell. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we
Okay, I love these
so please leave
Millicines.
if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
Oh wait, this was the Mezzaline that was outside, wasn't it? Oh, okay.
Thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
Thanks so much.
That was far too easy. Yeah, that was far too easy. Oh my gosh, look at her. I love that. Oh, thank you for that. I got another book. Any other books? No? Okay.
Please come in.
I want this office.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Neuvillette. We only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
So you're not mad at us?
Paimon, stop talking.
We're looking for a man called Vache. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
I cannot wait until he becomes playable.
Who knew that Neuvillette would be so easy to talk to?
No one tells Sam. Oh, there's something going on between them.
Unfortunately,
Banana!
I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vacher has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Interesting. Hi, Daenerys. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. We're doing the quest, and it's good. There's some, okay, we've come across, just a quick catch up, we've come across a new name, Vacher, and we're trying to figure out how, like, who this person is, because we think that they may know more about the mysterious disappearance. We've been attacked. There was a murder attempt on the Spina di Rosula, and it's been all over the place. It's very interesting, though.
Traveler?
And then this is Monsieur Neuvillette, and he is...
Is that
Yes,
so?
please.
All right, then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our leave now.
He is a definite yes, please.
Ahem.
Oh. Really? Could
Miss
you
Nadia,
be
I can understand how you
more
feel.
obvious, Hoyo?
Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
Smash.
Yes.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should.
Oh, come on. If he is not the Hydro
It's just
Dragon.
like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel? Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all? Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, that was a lot to take in right there. It's 3 H's and 1 N. That was how Sam spelled it. If we need to respell it, we can.
You sound like a snack.
Rain. It's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
The dragon.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
Okay, so say we go down the path of assuming that Neuvillette is the Hydra Dragon, because he looks like it. Could it be that he has, like, he's unable to express his emotions in human form, so his emotions are only expressed through the elements instead? Okay.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Was your father's case, was he outside when it happened?
He was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value.
But there's something you didn't know at the time.
Wait. You don't mean...
The fact that people can be turned into water.
That the true murderer could have been turned into water? And then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier?
It's because you're too close to it.
Let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
You know what? Let's go now.
Great. Let's go then.
Is it gonna auto take us there? It auto took us there. What is that? All right, I gotta catch it. Hold on. Where's my ubiquity net? Right there. A flat crest fulmar. Okay. Sure. Her dad is dead. Her dad is dead. Her dad died in a duel. He was accused of murder, and instead of going to trial, he chose the duel route, and he died in the duel. Unfortunately, it was Clorinde that was his opponent, and yeah, he died. All right, hang on. It says it's right here. Where is it? Oh, it's up there. Never mind. We're not going up there for it. I thought it was close by. It's okay. A viewpoint. All right, give me the viewpoint. That's so, honestly, I love the steampunk look of all of this. I love it so much.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally have in
steampunk.
common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
Interesting. And Emmy, thank you for the lurk. Thank you, thank you.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past. Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers.
It reminds him of this, yeah.
This ship for herself? She's been convinced.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
Interesting. All right, we got to talk to Melus on the ship. Question is, what's the easiest way to get to the ship? This way. Okay. This is very cool. I'm not a fan of all the drawbridges. The rope bridges. I'm not a fan of that. But it's okay. How do I get up there now? There's a pathway up. This. Okay. Odd, but all right. I do love the decor up here, though. Like the star right there. I love that. Melus! I found you.
Melus, we're back.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners.
The wait? We literally just got here.
Some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
We uncovered something new.
It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea?
Honestly, that's just a guess, because everything seems to go back to that.
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could the mastermind be the same person? It probably is.
Tell us a bit more about what happened before.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes,
okay.
He did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea.
Okay, so...
If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking
So it's
energy to
essentially a
do
drug,
anything.
yeah.
It's an extremely dangerous substance. As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield.
So they killed him.
Not only that, Boss became
Or, well,
determined to find
accused
the
him of murder.
mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes.
Interesting.
The enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant. The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse.
Okay.
That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
Yeah, okay, they could have belonged to someone who got dissolved.
Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired.
Interesting. Maybe you got into an argument?
You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out.
Okay, that's great, but
I'm finally
intuition
headed
doesn't
towards
solve
the truth.
stuff.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with zero warning. I think this third person is probably the key to the full truth.
Okay.
On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already
Yeah,
lost
this is
his
very
life
true, so
trying
don't
to
go
bring them
running
to
head
justice.
first.
Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly? I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now.
Interesting.
I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
Very
This is
interesting.
indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
So you do know something else, Maloose.
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case.
And you never said
What
anything
drove
before?
all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, demoiselle, had been selected
Anna?
as the next target to
Elsa?
disappear.
Sven?
Hi, Sam.
Samantha?
Boss also didn't tell
I
you that
didn't
he
even know it's
had
Samantha.
been diagnosed with a rare illness. Doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live. And the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina de Rosula about the details. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Oh, wow.
Nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
Until today.
I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And
There's just so much information that's been thrown at us. Yeah, I like this one. He wanted to give you the choice.
I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Huh. Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially...
Yep, we're going in.
It's the enemy's
Sword blazing.
headquarters. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
It's been 3 years.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades.
We've done worse.
There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture.
Yeah, you obviously have not been paying attention to what we've done. We took out the sages who are trying to create a new god. We pretty much beat sense into another god's head.
Then, in that case,
Yeah.
why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
So go all the way to the top.
Huh. That's true. Seems my father really had
Oh my
no
god.
choice. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Malus.
Oh my gosh, there's just so much here.
I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
Thank you for all of that, Malus. Have you discovered
Okay.
anything new in the past few years?
Okay, so you're telling me that that her dad got himself killed in the duel on purpose because he was already dying. Before he did that, he threatened the other side so his daughter wouldn't get taken, wouldn't get like dissolved. But they attempted to do that today. So does that mean the deal's off? I have questions. And Sam, are you talking about the one where Chlorinde comes in and just goes bam, 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 boosh, and they're all dead? Yeah, that one was so cool. I've decided I want her now. Okay, yeah, my brain is running slow on this one. I need them to like slow it down and like piece it together in itty bitty things. But yeah, between that and the Hydro Archon, yeah, please explain. Please explain, because my brain is trying to catch up. There's been so much. Yeah, explain, without spoiling the rest of the quest. Yeah. Without spoiling it. Because, oh my gosh. But, okay, so, like, the whole, scent thing. How did they go from making it into a drink that was addictive to people to dissolving people with it? That's what's confusing me. Why does that always scare the crap out of me? Why did that just scare the crap out of me? Wow. All right. Anyway, her dad was the leader, threatened the other side, keep daughter safe. Yeah, okay. He's gonna die anyway, so they're going to Charlie to combat. Oh, more protection. Oh, okay. So he tried to give her more protection by making herself the boss and making herself be essentially like the spotlight shined on her. As much as like the boss of this organization could have a spotlight on them. Oh, okay. Yes, apparently he was diagnosed with an illness that would kill him within the next 5 years. Harder to kill the boss. Okay. That makes more sense then. That was the missing piece I couldn't put together.
Was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here.
Well, if they have an informant with the guard, they have an informant everywhere.
To the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people.
Oh,
The first
3.
is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Huh? Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most.
Interesting.
Which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Uncle Marcel.
Yeah, what is this confrère?
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence.
I'm loving all this
They were only
subterfuge, though.
reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
Okay.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most.
I mean, that's kind of where they are, though.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Of course. And thank you, Malus. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today.
And honestly, his wife would probably be grateful, knowing who actually killed her husband.
Aw,
A new case awaits, my dear partner.
All right, leave it to me.
I hope we can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
All right, we got the case records. Yes. All right, we have to go visit Jack's family. Let's see. You learned something new. Yes, so if you go to the archives, yeah. This was where you can see all sorts of stuff. You can see all the materials, and it'll tell you if there's anything you haven't found yet. If there's any food that you haven't received or cooked yet. Looks like I've got a couple that we need to still figure out. The King Say Stir Fry. I need to. Some of these are like older, yeah. That I need to figure out where I get the recipes for. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. Then here's all the boss things that you've gotten at some point in time, as well as any of the droppings, any gadgets of such. Yeah. Yep, any of those. It'd also tell you how many archive entries you've unlocked. So equipment. Yeah, these are all the ones that tells you what weapons you're missing. As well as what sets you've gotten. There's so many things. Oh, the thing. Oh, okay. I was wondering what you were talking about at first. Yes, I did see. I did see what they posted. Yes. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Yeah. I cannot wait. Did they say when they're revealing it? I'm very curious. Oh yeah, all the tutorials and such, yeah. I think it's under travel log. Yeah, so you can go through and you can redo stuff. And it tells you what part of it is actually like what story quest. Yeah. I went through and we listened to the audio of when Zack became Tighnari, to listen to the new Tighnari. So yeah. Oh, you never seen a double in the same temple back to back? What do you mean double? So like double 5 stars? They said tomorrow? Okay. All right. What I will say is be excited. Yeah, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Blueberries, you can get blueberries, I think, by randomly, you'll get them, like, there's a small drop percentage when you're harvesting. But otherwise you have to wait till you're level 10 and you have enough of the metals to get it from Badru. Oh, yeah, I've seen that many times. Yeah. Yeah, it's rare. It is definitely rare. And I hate it when that happens, because I know it's never happened to me. Aqua! Alright, where are we going for this one? Oh, you live right here? Okay.
It is settled then. Please excuse me and enjoy
She is,
your
Ladybug.
conversation at
She
your
100%
leisure.
is.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Oh, she's all mad.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
Yeah, let's not bother her.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you, and to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she angry.
I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callus came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately.
Okay.
He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Someone ordered him to take out
I don't know that for
Callus?
sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callus had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your Papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons. Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh.
Thank you for everything you've told me.
Okay. So if he was found out,
the current state of
and there was
things
potentially
is
a
not
third
something
person there,
I'm
could
willing
that have
to
been
just sit back and accept.
Thank you.
an assassin?
I'm very grateful to hear this from you.
Making sure the job was finished?
Your personality is quite different from your father's. Your determination when
Huh.
you speak is really similar.
I'm very
Do
interested.
you really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Interesting, interesting. Okay. And Ladybug, try climbing a cliff with Lisa and let me know if you still feel that way. You need level 3 quests. You need star quality blueberries. Yeah, so for that, you're gonna want to, as soon as you get a blueberry seed, put it in a, plant it, or if you get blueberries, put it in a seed producer. And then you're gonna plant it and stack as much quality up fertilizer as you can on it. And then you should get a star quality blueberry. Also, a double 5-star in a banner
Are you okay, Navia?
is just rude.
I'm fine.
Because I've never gotten one.
Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Laurent should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city.
Alright.
Get myself together on the way, so please don't worry.
Okay, we have to go over here. I'm liking all this, Oh, that must be like those rocks. Oh, okay, okay.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
Okay, that beard.
It also reminded
Yeah.
me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was
That
raining
beard is
outside,
something else.
and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling
Okay.
pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was
Interesting.
that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when
Okay.
I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
Did he
You
say
also
anything?
remember 2 gunshots then.
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But
Oh.
the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person.
But why would you have
Clothes
left
left
your
at the
your
scene
gun
you mentioned.
behind unless you
Do
trusted who you were
think
going to
there was
talk
a
to?
third person there who was turned into water?
It's possible.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Did the
Yeah, that
investigators
makes a
ever
lot of
figure that out though? Who owned the
So
gun?
you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth?
Yeah,
with any of us?
exactly.
He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
I'm suspicious.
About that, Maloose told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then I'll leave Mr.
This is very
Callus's honor
interesting.
in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing, the whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today. No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most.
I can't take him seriously with his beard. At least trim the beard, dude.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
All right, so what do we think? Do we think Florent is lying? It doesn't... I'm not getting any sort of, like, lies or anything like that from him. In the moment, I feel like he's being genuine.
it's me.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh.
I'm naturally suspicious of him because of what happened with the other guard.
Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callis did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners.
I can't decide if he is being, if he's just lazy and wants to do no work for lots of money,
Investigate the details of my father's old case.
or if he's
I get it.
suspicious.
You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want
I'm
to go
trying
the
to
original
decide if his
files from your
personality
father's case,
is what's making
I
me
can help you look for
suspicious
them.
or if he's
That'd be
actually
much
suspicious.
appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Interesting.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If
Okay.
you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's
Okay.
almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units.
Interesting.
They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Maybe that's how they're funding themselves, is the synth business.
Then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Huh?
Well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
You got the fish stew recipe. Nice. Congrats, Daenerys. All right. Like I said, I can't. I'm on the fence about him. I can't tell if it's his personality that's got me going, or if it's like himself. Interesting. Contact Marcel. How do I do that? I am enjoying flying through Fontaine, though. Okay. Oh! Oh! Huh? You?
Hello. How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
Oh. Okay. Very Sure.
Navia, hello.
I have not
Sorry
yet,
to
Sam.
keep you waiting.
We have not
Not
gone
as
really
young as I
exploring
used to
hardly
be,
at all.
So my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress.
Oh!
I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the
Milous, Marcel are different people. Wow, okay, it took my brain this long to figure that out.
Yes,
Okay.
I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
I don't remember seeing you.
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery?
It was a fun murder
I also
mystery, though.
witnessed your marvelous sleuthing.
Not the death part, but
Quite
the solving part.
To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Okay.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
You already are.
It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea.
If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
This is true.
You're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Interesting.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was
a gunshot.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora.
Okay, he said a gunshot.
His patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
All right, where is she? Oh, we have to go up there. Okay. So the differences that we've heard is one person only heard one gunshot. It's hard to take this stuff off.
All three suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
Yeah, none of them really stood out. I mean, they kind of raised eyebrows, but they didn't stand out.
To be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start?
Yeah, let's start with the motive.
You're right. Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
It makes sense in the fact that he probably had to...
that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess,
he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father.
Yeah.
Had he refused...
Yeah, I haven't
he
seen
and
the
his family's
originals.
lives would have
sorry.
been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Yeah, wouldn't have fired a shot at all.
Oh? And why is that?
All right, that's it. Dishonor. Dishonor on your whole family. Make a note of this. Dishonor on you.
Sorry,
Dishonor
Sin.
on your cow.
Could he guarantee his safety after killing his family? Yeah, could he guarantee his family's safety?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
Huh. So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the Order and seek protection from my father.
Okay, so the third person was the one who derailed everything.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
Okay, so how do we get this evidence?
The attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since...
Yeah, probably. No, I have not.
Who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
Who among these would have the ability? I'm going to go with Marcel because he has money. And they said it would be very expensive.
Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. It's still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
Yeah, okay, so probably somebody else.
Thierry, you say? Huh. It is possible that he's figured out a way
I've
to
got a
convert the
feeling
Gardamex
it's
for personal
Florent,
use.
but...
But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the Mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering
there's a
under wraps.
missing connection with Florent.
Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
I know it's pushing us towards Florent.
Florent? It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security.
Yeah, the finances part is what's got me hung up.
Finances.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly. Who could it be?
Oh no, we have to pick! Y'all, we have to pick! Oh gosh, alright. That's irrelevant. Choose wisely. Oh gosh. You already picked. Okay, so Florent, the part that I'm hung up on him is the money. I don't know how he could have the money for it. Because they don't give us any information into his finances. So I don't know how he could afford that. Information-wise, he fits the criteria. But I feel like there's something missing with him. Terry, on the other hand, he has more information on the Gardamex. It would not be hard for him to get the name of like the warehouse that makes them and derail some before they get into the guards' control. And then Marcel, he said he was running around doing stuff the day of. He also has a lot of money. Oh God, this is so hard. I'm torn between Marcel and Thierry. And the only reason why I'm not torn with Florent is I feel like not enough information points to the whole picture. Also, too, Florent and Marcel were both at the banquet. Whereas Thierry, it doesn't tell us if he was or not. So that's also a big thing that's... Yeah, that's the thing is I don't know who I'm going to pick right. I'm really leaning towards Marcel. He was there at the banquet and he has the money. The only part that I'm still trying to piece together with him is how he got the information. But he seems to have... You're gonna brag you picked right. I'm going to have to go with Marcel because he's got two things versus where Florent and Thierry, I can only see one. I'm probably wrong.
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well.
Could it actually be Malus?
The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
I'm getting the feeling that it's actually him.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky, but we don't have any other options right now.
He was not an option, no. That's why I'm suspicious of him.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
What happened?
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
too!
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this
Don't
one?
tell me it's Lenny again.
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
What? What the heck did he do?
Someone you know?
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
Wait.
He's not. I'm gonna tell you right now, he's not. He may be involved, but he is not the true culprit.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right. Because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah. And it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
I understand. Well, partner, we still haven't found.
What hasn't he done? But he's guilty of a lot of things. Melting people is not one of them.
Huh? Split up? What do you mean?
Oh boy. All right, so we have to split up. You can go to Erinys while I go investigate that place.
Just as expected of my partner.
And then you can fill me in on what the heck Childe did
About
this
the
time.
serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Arrhenius, leaving his home base wide open.
Yep.
You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit.
No, do we really want to charge him? I'm not sure about that.
It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
We'll help you, just like you helped us in Lenny's trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany.
Maloose, what are you doing here?
Ah, Malou, Silver, when did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance. It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Okay, he keeps showing up. I don't like this.
Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
See you then.
I really don't like this, y'all.
Set out for Arrhenius? We should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
Yeah, Sin, exactly. The criminal wanting to keep tabs on the progress. Find the entrance to the headquarters.
The synth production base is underwater.
Ow, we get to go swimming!
Try to find the entrance.
Too shallow to dive here. All right, let's go diving. Oh, we've got a teleport. I was gonna say, how do I unlock that? Okay. We're coming down here. Okay. Oh, wait. Talk to Paimon? Paimon's underwater?
So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't want us.
An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
So we need to hurry.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate
No,
in a duel to clear their
don't.
name. Is that right? In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out
No, you're dumbass. Why?
I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey, don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
That's all he does!
Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui harbingers.
I mean, they've done a lot, but...
interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics? We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
Oh God, no!
If charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway, so I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted.
What was he doing? I need to know what the hell he was doing this time.
Who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
No! No! I don't know. I'm not confident in this. Okay, without telling me spoilers, I just want to know, is it like the last time when we were going through the evidence and it would guide you, kind of guide you and give you responses to whenever you started connecting things? Or is it one to where, like, you guess and you're done? I just want to know what path it takes. Is it a guess and you're done? Or guess and if you get it wrong, it kind of tells you? Oh my God, this is, oh. Sin, that's spoilers! Alright. Okay, so will she so okay, does it can I go through and select? Can I go through and select each thing again? Or do you have to go immediately and will it only read out the stuff if you do suspect analysis? Because I kind of want to go through all of this again if I can. I don't like this. All right, so we'll just read it out here and then I'll select something at the end. Oh, God. Okay. 3 years ago on a rainy night, banquet goers heard 2 gunshots outside the house. When they reached the scene, Callus had a gun in his hands and Jacques had been shot and slain. Based on the investigations done then, there was no possibility that anyone else could have done the deed and escaped. Callus was thus adjudged to have been the culprit, which we now know was not accurate. From Jacques' family, they believe he had been ordered to kill Callus. So any incident there would have been self-defense. If that is the case. In all of this, the only thing that I know for sure is Jacques was collateral damage. Jacques' death was essentially collateral damage in the whole scheme of things. All right, Florent. He claimed he was very grateful to Callus for his kindness. He was okay, this is the part that tripped me up with him. He was present at the banquet. He said there were 2 gunshots, and he can provide evidence that Callus did not have his normal gun on him when he went out. And he said he was just going to go out and get some air, which we now know means that he was going to go meet with Jacques. So we know the gun was not Callus's main gun. And the fact that he said that he looked for the gun beforehand, before all of this. But we don't know anything about his finances. All we know is that he had the knowledge and he also was also at the banquet. Well, we don't know anything about his finances. So that's what's got me saying it's not him. For Thierry, I'm suspicious of Thierry because he's a guard. And we know that they have moles in the guards. But he also gave us some good information on the fact that you'd have to be rich in order to have that many Gardamex. But also, interestingly too, the Gardamex were never mentioned to Florent. We never mentioned that at all to him. We mentioned it to the other 2. And there was not an option to tell him about it. Or even discuss it. So we have to assume based off of that Florent does not know about it happening. Because he never even referenced it asking if she was okay afterwards. All right, but for Thierry, he told us about that, but he also came to tell us about this. Okay. Again, with Tiri, I feel like there's missing information in order to firmly say that it's him. He was also not at the banquet. So, and we know that he likes the rich lifestyle, but he also doesn't want to work for it. That part right there strikes me as just lazy, not evil, if that makes sense, or not a mastermind, because being a mastermind requires work and effort. And I see him riding on someone's coattails versus being like the person behind everything. The person reaping the rewards of someone else's work. Doesn't mean I like him. But then Marcel, he said his recollection was foggy, but he also said he was there and remembered that he was running around and didn't have drinks with anybody. He also only remembered one gunshot, whereas it was common knowledge among everyone else that there was two. Plus, he also has a lot of Mora. My gut instinct is saying Marcel. And there's also the synth business. Theory, I think we can eliminate him because of how they'd have to run a business on the side. Although I think he likes taking part in it, but he's not the head guy. Oh God, this is so rough. I feel like all the information is pointing to Marcel.
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriere. Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes. No! I
do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial. Mr. Marcel.
I don't think I'm right.
Require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Okay. Oh, God!
On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Okay.
During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard.
Yeah, see? 2 gunshots, and Marcel said 1.
When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarande in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries.
Okay.
These are the known facts about the case.
All right.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger.
Okay.
In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of the scene.
It is very interesting. So, all right. If we're wrong, we can be wrong together. I'm in. I'm in.
Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Okay. Yeah, so the primordial seawater is what's making women in Fontaine go poof. All right, so identify loopholes. Wait, go back. Hold on. All right, so Callus did not carry a gun with him. Okay, so I don't think we can refute anything in the banquet. Yeah, I don't think we can do anything with the banquet because all of that is correct. That's what everybody agrees on. On the day of the murder, they hosted a large banquet at this date owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières. So, yes. And not a problem, Sims Galaxy. Not a problem. Thank you for that raid. Thank you, thank you. I do appreciate it. All right, we're going to leave that alone for now. We might come back to it. Okay, so here we go. Identify loopholes. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. According to the investigations, Callus, who had a motive to kill, murder Jacques for his betrayal. But is that really true? All right, so this one, he did not have the gun on him, according to Florent.
Something's not right. Let me think for a little while longer.
Okay, fine. Oh, the testimony from Jacques' family. Did Callus act in self-defense?
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However,
In the end, he reconsidered.
Yes, okay.
And instead shared everything.
Maybe this is what's gonna help me decide if I accused correctly. If I didn't, I'm gonna be so upset.
The true culprit had already considered this possibility and had sent out another assassin.
Okay. So the scene of the crime. Alright, so when the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect holding a gun while his acquaintance lay dead from a gunshot wound. Based on investigations done then, there was no possibility that anyone else could have done the deed and escaped. Thus, Callus was thus adjudged to have been the culprit. After conducting a reinvestigation, it's now certain that Callus did not bring a gun with him. Moreover, details of the case point to the possible existence of a third person. So we're refuting that he didn't have a gun on him.
Something's not right.
All right. Maybe this one? Okay, yeah.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead.
But then what happened to the third person? All right. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. This deduction is based on the circumstances where there is no third person on the scene, but it turns out there is a method that can cleverly cover up the killer's tracks. All right, do we... I want to refute with that so bad. All right, I guess the water?
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene. And that they were turned into water after committing the murder.
Okay, so...
The culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice.
So it's like how the guard vanished. Like, guard...
caused the hired assassin to dissolve into
dissolved. That's what I was looking for, dissolved.
Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
I don't know if we can say true version, but okay. Okay, successful refutation. Okay? We still haven't gotten to the accusing.
That's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions?
Okay.
In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things.
Uh-huh.
One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home.
Shut up!
But I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently?
She is. She's not over the top.
Scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearance.
Yeah, because that's how they're doing it.
His father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course,
interesting.
The guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right.
But by that point, they'd all be dead.
But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retain the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate.
Okay.
I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house
I wouldn't go there.
Restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand.
Oh!
I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callus was intending to die?
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
Oh, dang!
Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
The primordial seawater!
What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing.
Timing?
In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
Oh, I forgot he attended the trial.
That's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one
really?
of your endearing traits.
I hate it when people do that.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Don't know what you can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations.
Okay.
Since I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of
Oh, don't even! Oh, the manipulation! Oh, I hate it! I hate it so much!
Of your feelings. Ah, well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young.
Wait, you're from Snezhnaya?
Some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
It's Malouse! It is Malouse! I'm telling you now!
It's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
You're a manipulative asshole.
Seems like she got the wrong guy. At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
Excuse?
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them. The people whose families were destroyed.
Ooh, false identity.
The people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
Huh.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Nice try.
Waiting for you to say that.
Nice try. Okay, wait. So is he Vacher? Hey! No, you can't just do that to me! Ooh, what's this? Oh no, party setup. Okay. Oh, thank God. I'm not doing it with any of y'all. All right, quick setup. All right, I need you, and you. Really? All right. We got my party. What are these? All right, I guess I'm fighting them. What is that?
There is no escape. Motion to compel.
What the heck are you? What the hell? Oh, I hope there weren't any chests here that I was supposed to grab.
Mechanism in the middle?
I don't think so. Okay.
A lot of stuff for this place.
Oh, there's the chest! I was like, I know there's a chest in here. There always is. It's right there. Okay. Alright. Oh, but look at this! This is so cool!
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way.
Yeah, we'll find a way. Oh, God.
Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
We have to swim. Okay. No? There we go. I figured it out. I figured it out. Oh. Don't you look cool? Okay. Oh, it's raising the water. Gotcha. Okay.
Now we can swim to the top.
Can we though?
But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Yeah. I figured that out when it told me to go over here. Okay. Of course, we gotta fight more stuff. All right.
Illusion shattered. Incinerate.
Just die already, please. Thank you. Oh, there's more! Okay. Come on, die already. Thank you. I'll take the chest. Alright, anything else in here we need? No? Okay. Continuing on. You better close all this stuff off. You're flooding the books! Why are you flooding the books? Can we get an F in chat for all these ruined books?
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
This is the worst thing ever. All those books destroyed. Yeah.
There have been many.
This is a magical world. Wait, this is a magical world where what?
I guess I'll just have to reject them
Where
all.
people dissolve, they can make water repellent books. Possibly. Alright. Alright. We need to go figure out where we going. Oh, okay. I need a blue or green that matches his wings. We need to figure out what the Fontaine wings look like. Oh, that's glass. Okay. Alright, another door of resurrection. An F for all these books. What are those? Okay then.
Invisible evidence. Shine down. No, my sword. Ring cutter.
Here you are.
Come on, just die already, please, though. Thank you. Goodbye. Wait. Oh my. God, there's more!
There is no escape.
Come on, die already, please. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, that was something. Alright, so we're coming down here, maybe. Okay, now we're going underground. Why does this feel like the Conrian ruins?
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum. Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here.
I think we're mistaken. I don't... I'm thinking it's Melus now.
What's all this? Aw, it's a bunch of really cute things. Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
This belongs to somebody. There's a name too.
Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute
The victims!
things labeled with different girls' names? Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here? And then they were turned into water. And all the boxes of things. These names. That means... Oh, this is terrible.
Okay, you discover objects within the containers labeled with the names of those who own them within the depths of the HQ. The names must have something to do with the victims in the serial disappearances case. This might be the proof this was their final stop. Okay, Genshin really said, bet I'm gonna go dark. But they look like a galaxy swirl. I bet you these are what we're looking for. Oh no, this is synth.
And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea.
Oh wow, there's a lot of them.
Mixing in progress. Ready to drink. Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled. Whoa, there's even fruit-flavored synth?
Yeah, this proves this is where they produce the synth.
Super obvious.
Okay, a popular potion circulating widely gives the drinker a very pleasant experience for a short time, but its side effects are equally strong. The producer uses these special characteristics to earn a massive profit from its trade. Okay.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Calm down, Paimon.
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before.
I wouldn't call it scary, I call it disturbing.
That terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone. You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
Okay, the goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called Vignier, who was also dissolved.
So that's why he did all of these experiments. Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
There's another name, Vache.
Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain?
Wait a minute! Okay, hold up! So, the fountain Oceanid... That's what she meant by telling us to tell him to stop. To stop searching for her. She knew that he was doing that. He was doing all this to try to bring her back, and she was telling us to tell him to stop. Okay, I see the puzzle pieces coming back together now. We're still missing a few, but okay.
The one who did all of these experiments?
The Oceanids are their own race of people, so I don't think so. But I wonder if Oceanids... see, Oceanids are tricky.
But personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either. If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water? In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
Where's your glasses, Paimon? I want those back. All right. Okay, so this is the primordial seawater, I guess. Oh, we can't go around it. Okay, but this is where this is the pool where they're dissolving them.
Oh, look! There's an important looking basin over here, and it's full of water.
Yeah, this is the water from the primordial sea, yeah.
This is where they make all the synth, and that special water is the main ingredient. If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth, but the pure stuff can dissolve a human. Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
Okay.
Let's see what's written here. Nothing.
This is so good. Oh my god.
Callus, Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
Okay.
Yep, it's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. This should prove the existence of the third person, right?
Is there anything else?
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand.
Oh, I chose wrong, didn't I?
He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely. I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups. They're all just so evil.
Get used to it, Paimon.
We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on. But...
Yeah, who's Vache, though?
we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Neuvillette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit.
Let's look again. We had to have missed something. Dude! Do you mind? I'm investigating. All right. We're still looking for clues here. We examined the bookshelf. We examined the objects. Maybe in this?
You take that side and Paimon will take this side. Check everything carefully. We'll find something for sure.
Fake IDs! Probably not, but I would love it if there were. Okay.
Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
Paimon, you're not gonna find snacks in an underground, in like a bunker area.
Whoa, really?
What'd you find?
I don't see Vignier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name? Then you found her diary. Let's see. Aw, it's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet, too. Oh, Paimon feels even worse for her now.
She made a list of baby names.
So many! A whole page's worth! But they're all crossed out. Was she
I don't know how to read that.
The final name she decided on was Marcel. Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vache and Vignier's...
Did I choose right?
Hey! Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
Did I get it right?
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache?
Huh.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of
Okay.
time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
Neuvillette, shut up.
Monsieur Neuvillette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
Okay, you say you've never heard of Vache. All right. Yeah, this one, where the future's name is it?
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vache.
She talks!
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything. After your lover, Vignier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vache.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please.
I got it right! Oh my god!
Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this? Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vignier's
Oh,
death was
wow.
brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone
That was the
forever.
missing piece I needed.
You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Vignere is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together.
He's gonna dissolve himself.
I will follow. But I'm not from this blasted place. So I can't be dissolved.
Oh.
No matter what I do.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Do you all see? I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Be careful!
Don't anybody come near me. I still need to save Vignere. I promise. We made a promise. Vignere. Please, Vignere. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction,
thank
charges
God,
against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case.
Oh my God!
The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vignere. During an underwater expedition, Vignere accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignere back to life. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson.
Okay.
During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene.
Yes, we got this.
Just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court.
Oh my God, this, okay.
History of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all. The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher.
Well, damn.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Mr. Vacher is guilty.
Dun dun dun.
Guards, take Vacher away.
Good. It's what he deserves.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a
Wow. Okay.
We helped Navia bring the bad guy to justice! He's hurt so many innocent people and now he's finally getting what he deserves.
Okay, but Paimon, you're forgetting about another person. There's another person in the audience that we got to deal with.
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner.
Uh-huh, yeah, we did a lot.
Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me
But,
at the helm.
Well now,
there he is.
It's been a most delicious piece of drama. The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
No, get your
Please wait
butt
just
back
one moment,
here.
Mr. Tartaglia.
What now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
Oh, God.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is guilty.
What?
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent? What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
Yeah, just what's going on here?
The Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict. Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
No, don't! Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it!
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Oh my God, why? No, oh God. He's doing it.
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court...
What did you do to him?
Hey, Monsieur Neuvillette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Frost! I'm mad at you!
This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, The Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court. All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Smash.
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it! I don't know what happened there either! Hey, stop staring at me!
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
I'm so confused!
Either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
She didn't create it!
Are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap? Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided.
Oh god, don't! You're gonna make this worse.
She left just now. It was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place.
Oh my god, I don't like her. I was starting to like her again, but now I don't like her again.
Every action meant to stir up drama and excitement. And, of course, for every performance, there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning.
Oh my god.
The embodiment of the very concept of justice. The Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment.
It just did!
If you thought Childe had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable.
Do you even know the things he's done?
Revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict. Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
Yeah, it was all a bluff.
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea.
He does not like her.
However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
All right. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now. After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff, so he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
But like...
Oh, Monsieur Neuvillette! That power you showed when you took him down. Who are you really?
I'm the Chief Justice of Fontaine, of course. If officers of the law lack the strength and capability to enforce it, then it makes a mockery of justice.
You sound like a snack.
I don't like it! I don't like it! I knew Childe was gonna do something stupid. It's not a quest without him doing something stupid. But that...
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
You did.
Stop resisting arrest. Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list.
No, wait. I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache?
Oh.
Records of that name. So, unless...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
I met her.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it?
Something to do with my sensitivity to the hydro element.
The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just never... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy
I get proof he's not human!
Very well. I will grant your request.
Your Honor, I fear that...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
In that case, I shall leave him in your most capable hands, Chief Justice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. You're talking about the cutscene where Childe did something stupid, right? Yeah. Yeah, that already happened. It was cool as hell, though.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Back then, I drank water from the primordial sea.
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, in that case...
Vache.
Ah!
Yes, that's it. So you heard it too.
Vignier, it's me! It's me, Vache!
Vache? Vache.
I'm here! Where are you, Vignier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey, wait!
Vignier, is that you? It's me, Vache! Vignier!
Vache, why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time...
My mind is just blown, okay.
It's kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me. I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings like this? Vignier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
What are you saying?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day.
Oh, damn!
For you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts
and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks.
Oh my god!
It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
You... Wait, you are not Vignier. Who are you?
You're right. I am not Vignier. I am the sacrifices. Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals. But we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea.
Wow, okay!
I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine. The only one I am not is Vignier.
Why? But then, where is Vignier?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became?
Facts. Wow.
You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist. The only thing you are not is Vignier's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignier's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
Oh, wow. So we even got used.
No. Yeah. She can't hate me. Let me see her. Please. Have mercy.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vignier. She really doesn't.
Oh, okay. So we did meet her then. Okay.
But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Vache.
Vache? Vache. 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 Drown.
Oh my god, they just killed him!
Finally, we have some time to do shopping.
Oh my god.
Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Shopping is stressful in its own way, though.
Well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen.
Wow, okay.
In a good mood today.
I mean, everything came together so nicely. The only loose end is still Childe.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
And of course, Fiorina's also an unknown.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
Okay.
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the courts in Sen.
For what?
everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died. So
Oh,
we knew
okay,
that even
that's
if we
fair.
held one back then, no one was going to come. This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court, all attended.
Well, that's nice.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago.
Yeah, things turned out as well as they could have, except for
I
Childe.
went to Charlotte just after I left the memorial service. Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
Okay.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too? The Charlotte?
Journalist from the Steambird. Yeah.
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was all over me. Wouldn't take no for an answer. I believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose.
That'd be a
To
good
fair,
story.
though, it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since.
Okay.
She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was working on that. I forgot about that.
She's been super interested in that case, so now her wish has finally come true too.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
I like that.
Now that's another thing to look forward to. We trust Charlotte's skills with a pen for sure.
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clarande out for a meal.
Oh, are you guys reconciling?
Are you on better terms now?
While you were investigating Vachey's headquarters, Clarande gave testimony on my father's behalf. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time, so we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
Oh, that's great. Paimon also thought Clarande wasn't actually a bad person. It's always good to have more friends.
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness.
Your father's part, yeah.
There's still one last thing I need to do.
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave and tell him the truth of what happened.
Final closure. Yeah, that's probably a good thing.
Just how much people still look up to him to this day. That includes me, too.
This was so well done, y'all.
Indeed.
Can I come too?
We want to go too. We also think Callus is a really admirable person.
We know nothing about him other than like the last what?
Like you two to share the moment with
few
me.
days of his life?
After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dark.
Yeah, you're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days now.
Okay.
This is where my father's grave is. To be perfectly honest, even I haven't been back here for a long time.
Huh? There's someone there already. Wait. That figure. It can't be. Isn't that Neuvillette? What?
That's who I was gonna say, but I was like...
Huh? Navia?
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown, but still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Neuvillette. In any case, Why did you come to Poisson?
They keep saying human emotion. Like, they keep saying human and when they're talking to him. That just tells me he's not human.
Question over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway? There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans
100%
were
you are.
capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives.
Okay.
Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him.
Wow, okay.
From a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice. A justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callus in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days.
And that's why
The
it's
high
raining.
and mighty chair in the opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Sylvan.
You're all soft and mushy on the inside. I love that.
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
Ah, so Navia and Neuvillette seem to have made their peace as well. Let's not disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done.
I aim to misbehave.
Sam!
I don't want to ruin the story, so I'm waiting. Happy subiversary bish. Middle finger throwing kisses. Middle finger hashtag team Neuvillette lobster greater than shrimp. Oh yeah. Go in the fountain now lol. And can't wait to see you fight a mini boss, not a spolia, after you explore more that has the 3 mil HP. Good luck, I'm still dying. Rolling on the
Sam,
floor
thank
laughing.
you for that. What the heck? And if I beat it right away? Okay. After we finish this, we'll go find the 3 million boss and we'll do that. Deal? But thank you for that. Alright, let's see. You're not usually supposed to fly around someone's grave.
Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly. Oh,
You can walk.
Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be too mad.
She took it seriously. I love it.
Neuvillette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit? If we can't talk to Lady Farina, we can at least talk to him, right?
Okay, let's go talk to him. Talk to Neuvillette. Neuvillette! I need to talk to you. I want to be on the same level as you, though. Okay.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
We invited ourselves.
We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
Since you run the show instead of Fiorina, we need to talk to you.
It's pretty hard to run into you like this, since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine.
See, I thought we were going to be on trial in this place, but apparently we're too famous for that. Okay, here we go. These are the good ones. All right, about the water.
At court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the primordial sea. But what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vache and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research.
Okay.
There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet.
Oh.
The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this planet.
Interesting.
So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial.
With the primordial okay,
But
yeah.
today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vache discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
Oh.
So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette. But if that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life,
okay, yeah,
suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead? To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown secrets around the people of this land. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Yeah. About the prophecy.
That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
Yeah, that's what we heard.
Right. It was Linny that told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
Uh-huh.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly.
Ooh, so you're saying it does exist?
In the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is
so what is this one?
Heard of it.
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct.
Okay, rising sea levels.
And the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant and stay on the watch for further signs.
Interesting.
Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this purpose.
Oh!
If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to
ask? Oh! I notice how you don't say anything to me. All right, about Childe.
My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion. However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
I mean, yeah, he probably dipped his fingers in it, but he wasn't a direct cause of it, as far as we know.
I'm quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it.
Okay.
Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness. Which is all to say, I've been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
So when Linny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of...
Oh, it's becoming self-aware, isn't it?
I to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information.
To understand how the methodology works.
I doubt
Okay.
even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though. The time-tested twin tricks of
He does not think very highly of Farina at all.
We intend to get to the bottom of this. For now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede.
Can we visit him?
If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me?
Yeah, that sounds like him. All right, the all-important one. About my sibling.
Your sibling? Another blonde-haired traveler? I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description. If he ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure he followed our laws to the letter and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epicles.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
That's all that we know? That's all you know? So he never appeared on the stage. I do not believe that he got through Fontaine without causing some wave. All right, no more questions.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. I very much enjoyed conversing with you.
I enjoyed talking to you
too. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memoria.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
He
Crime
wouldn't
and
have a
villainy
day
do not
off.
have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well. This is merely the nature of a justice's work.
All right. You've got a point. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
'Cause he's feeling at peace now. Oh, that was so good, y'all. That was so good. Oh my god. All right. Well, I'm glad we got it right, first and foremost. I'm not surprised Childe did what he did. But okay. I'm really liking where this quest line is going. And I really can't wait for the next one. Oh, man. Okay. I see why everybody has been saying this is a really good addition to the storyline. So, all right. Well, thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well.